The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour, and we're looking at the Dow on this second to last day of December, end of 2024. Dow's down almost 700 points at 42,316. There's that H pattern, the dreaded H that we were talking about last week. Got to, it actually rallied to a 382 level, just over it. The 9-period moving average is still very weak. It deflected lower on Friday. Daily chart, sell mode. The weekly chart, I'll have to wait for the close on Friday because the weekly chart, it probably could go to a sell signal by Friday. But so far, look, that 9 is still over the 14. The MACD is weak. The stochastic's down 52%. The on-balance volume is weak. So the consolidation that I've been talking about going into December all the way through into January that I've been anticipating is unfolding. One of the reasons why for subscribers we've taken quite a bit off, we've raised quite a bit of cash. But most importantly, what I'm really looking at here is there going to be some kind of sector rotation? And then is there going to, within the sectors, are we going to see something even further? For instance, let me just do this quickly before I forget. The SMHs are down 4.5, almost 4.5 at 244. They've been holding, look, just a steady sideways move with all the gyrations of the market since it made its high back in July at 283.07, the VanEck Semiconductor ETF, and then plunging down to 200. I mean, that's a big move down, right? And then what does it do? It goes all the way up to the 260s, and now it's just kind of steady. It's just, look, the 9-period moving average in the weekly chart has been holding green. It looks like it's going to go pink at some point. Fairly soon, but it hasn't done that yet, and the monthly chart is steady. And this is what I was doing before I did Tommy's show, the morning market kickoff. He wasn't able to do that, so I was talking about you've got an NVIDIA which made its high a little while ago, over a month ago at 11:21. It did 152.89 all-time high. Peak D in the daily chart. Remember, Chapman, we're always looking for Ds or higher to start looking at the down move. That's why that peak C failure in the Dow was really disappointing. And now you've got peak E in the weekly chart, and yet it's still holding fantastically. But wait a minute. Broadcom, AVGO is the symbol. And this is what I mean by sector. Within sectors, you've even got this bifurcation. This is it makes it 251.80, 251 SMH. No, there was another one that just made a high of 251. Anyway, let's go back to AVGO, Broadcom, Avagio, and it makes a 251.88 all-time high on the 16th of December, peak E. Then it makes a cup formation. And look at this, a 240 open on Thursday. Friday had a 245 open, and today it's down at 233, down 8. So I've been monitoring these round numbers and saying, this is like April when the semiconductors came, the tech sector and the semis came down so sharply, but then they ran up to all-time highs. So I'm looking at this and saying, so what's going on here? All I can say is if you've got your Amazon making a round number 223.00 all-time high, trading right now at 219 with a dreaded H pattern, just took out the left side low. When you put this all together, it says, I've been saying for about a week and a half, be careful, be cautious, raise some cash. Made a mistake not keeping the short that we had, but that would have been taken out with that huge spike the other day to the upside. So it's been a little difficult, but most importantly, what we are looking at here is that you've got crude oil holding quite nicely, up 45 cents at 71.05, above the 200-period moving average for the first time in ages. And look at this, natural gas. And this is what I'm saying, that there's a rotation going on sector by sector. And now you've got the commodity sector. Look at this, up 73 cents at 4.11. That means the UNG. This is the UNG. There it is, trading at 1910, up 3.34. United States Natural Gas Fund, for the first time since 2 years ago, where it hit the 200-period moving average and took it out. No, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. Where the 9-period moving average started to cross negative, you're hitting the 14-period moving average. 2 years' time, and you're doing it down at 19.09, not up in the 80s. So that just says you've got some kind of rotation going on. But talk about rotation, let me just finish up with this because it's so important. So you've got, I'll do this again, S&P right now is down 88 at 5,882. Look at that H pattern. Chapman wave Roman candle went right through it on the Friday candle today, gap down, ugly looking candle, and it's on the 14-period moving average of the weekly chart. But that 9:14 to go, it means you've got time and price. If that 9-period moving average is going to turn pink, it means you've got time and price. But so far, it's only used some price in the weekly chart. It's still looking very positive technically. But it made a peak E. That's where you've got to be careful. A leg F, look, this is the line right here. This is where Trump will take, the new administration comes in, and you've had, no matter what happens between now and tomorrow, it's still a spectacular move in the Biden presidency from right there, let's call it, in January of 2021, 36 was the low, 38 was the high. Let's call it 37, right? So 37 to wherever it closes here, but it's already hit 6,000. So that's pretty impressive, right? So now let's go back to our charts and say, what are the Qs doing? Because they were holding up really well going into midweek last week. Well, look at that. Big pop-up, 539.15 was the all-time high. The same day that it made its high, it made a round number 533 open on the 16th of December. Look at this pullback in the H pattern. If it takes out this low, you've got to monitor it very closely. 509.29 was the low on the 20th. Going to 508 says, uh-oh. Closing at 508 says, uh-oh. Got to be careful. But the weekly chart is still good. The monthly chart looks really good. Let's go back to the SMHs and say SMHs made an all-time high back in July of 2024, 283.07, plummets down to 200, spikes up to the 260s, and here it is. Still holding pretty darn well. And that's why I haven't been able to say major sell-off coming. I just think it's a rotational correction. It might take time and price, but how we close out what's the first full week of January? That takes us, the first full week, takes us to the 10th. How we close on the 10th is going to be important, because that's really the start of the new year, really. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Dow's down 654, S&P's down 85. Little bounce being attempted right here. I'll be back in a moment because we're going to talk about different sectors.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
First checking emails, yes, a bunch of questions. So let me just do this. FXI trading down 34 cents at 30.51, just in the sideways move. So if you're looking at, I'm just going to see if I've got this right. Yes, if you're looking at the Chinese stock, Alibaba is one of the foremost companies. This is Alibaba. Just look at the sideways action. What I've been saying is we have enough to worry about and to watch here in the United States. I don't know why you would want to go to a Chinese company just because you do have choices. That's my only thing. I have nothing against this company. I'm just saying you have choices. You have enough to really monitor here. So you got to be very careful. The other thing I want to look at is the EUR USD. So here's the euro dollar. It's pulling back a little bit today. It's tried to rally. It failed. Here's our dollar, the United States dollar, trading up 17 ticks at 108.18, still within that rectangle formation, holding near the highs. I do have it as a peak B in the weekly chart. Does it say it's going to keep going higher? So far, I can just do the technicals, and the technicals suggesting it's holding very well, that it could go higher, but it must hold 107.50. Let's call it 107.30 on any pullback, but so far this is good. My worry here has been bonds. Bonds are up now 24 30 seconds, 114 and 130 seconds. So if you look at the TLT, you've gone to the left side low of 87.34 from back in, I think it was somewhere around May. And you've taken it out. You took it out last week, and this week you got a little inside bar right there above 87.34. It's trading at 87.91. You see the lowercase h that goes to a lowercase m? That was the pattern that I said is a possibility for the Dow and some of the indices here. First, you have to think of it as an H pattern, first arch. If it holds and then has a rally, it says there's a good chance that the left side high is going to be resistance, and then it could arch over. So you're really using time rather than price. In this case, this happens to be the iShares Treasury 20-year bond ETF. You don't want to see that there. You want to see bonds going higher so that the TBT, the yields, are going lower. Now, why do I say should? I'm only saying should because it's kind of what the market really, I think, would like to see right here, just as a relief from pressure, other pressures being a little bit overbought in different sectors. And therefore, you want to see, look, if you go to the TNX, it made a leg C, maybe it's a peak C this week in the weekly chart. Look at that monthly, this is that dreaded H pattern. Upside down, it's the W. It's almost the one we were looking at a moment ago, the lowercase m. This is the lowercase w going to the top. If this 10-year Treasury note yield pushes above this peak right here that I'm calling it I can call it an E/B. E/B, give an alternate count. It's pulling back right now. In a sense, that's good because it's at 4.545. But if for any reason in early January you start to see it not above 46.41, which is the high 3 sessions ago, I'm saying above 47. That's going to be a real problem. Look what's happened to Toll Brothers. There's another little dreaded H. 169 down to 124. Peak D in the daily, peak E in the weekly, peak F in the monthly. You got to be careful here. HGX, look at this, same pattern, except it took out the left side low today. Philadelphia Housing Sector Index, peak F in the monthly with the Chapman wave 2-bar reversal, peak D in the weekly, and look at this, peak D. Oh, that spike went higher, didn't? No, it didn't. Peak D on the 18th at 837.18, 836.67, yeah, double top right there, peak A, peak B, C, and there's a D, the second D with an arch formation after the cup formation. Oops, that's an E, that's a D. Yeah, how about that? So you've got this double top, and it's pulled back from the high that was made up at, as I said, 836, 837. It's trading at 681. So this rotational correction has been going on, and it's really important to monitor. Now, a couple of questions came in. I must get to them. Red, give me 1 second here. Just over there and over there. Let's see. Yeah, Pat, ByteDance to buy 7 billion NVIDIA chips next year. NVIDIA has completed its 700 million acquisition of Israeli AI firm Runel. Oh, okay, all right, fine. So let's just do this. So NVIDIA, look, the daily chart has pulled back. It's in a sell mode. The weekly chart hints to a sell signal, but it hasn't given it yet. So yes, it's still holding very well. It's down 12 cents so far at 136.93. And that's why I'm saying to you, think of this as both sector rotation. Look at Robinhood. Down $1.17 at 37.84. Made a recovery high and then an all-time high, and it pops all the way to what? So this is a stock that did 85 round number high in August of 2021, plummets to 6.81, and then has a spectacular move. I don't know why that's there. Let me get rid of that. And then a spectacular move in leg E with a doji candle so far for December, peak D high, and the high that was made on the what was the date? On the 16th of 43.83. Okay, let me put that in. 43.83. We've only pulled back a little bit. Now, one of the things, 43.83. 3, 12, 16. Wow, a lot of stocks and instruments topped on the 16th. Okay, but it's okay. Right now, the 9-period moving average is good. It does have this H pattern, but I've been putting this in the category of Bitcoin because Bitcoin, I've been saying that it hit Chapman wave inside track, 3 moves to the top, inside the track, got repelled at 110,180 on the 17th of December, pulls back sharply, bounces, makes the dreaded H pattern. That's why we took another little bit off our IBIT, our Bitcoin ETF that we've got. And there it is. And the 9-period moving average on Thursday started to go pink, and it's pink, and that's negative. That says the daily chart of Bitcoin is in a sell mode. The weekly chart has barely touched the green 9-period moving average, which is way above the 14. So either we've got a lot of time on our hands, we've got all of January consolidating as all of these instruments finally see their weekly charts go pink, or we're looking at intense selling right now, and early in January we start to stabilize, and we can have a really big sideways move, very selective in the different instruments going into February. I'll be back in a moment.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So let me just show you this. This is ALAB. ALAB is the symbol. It's called Astera Labs, Semiconductivity Systems for AI and Cloud. Goes to an all-time high. It's an IPO back in earlier this year. It went into the 80s and then plummeted down to 36.22 in August. But since August, so that's just a mere couple of 4 or 5 months, it's gone from 36 to the high on Thursday of 147.36. Had a round number open the very following day at 145. And it's trading right now at 134, down 6.89. Leg D in the weekly chart, leg A in the monthly chart. So as I'm looking through so many of these stocks in the Investors Business Daily over the last week, look, CLS, there we go. Celestica, Inc. designs, manufactures hardware platforms, supply chain, electronic manufacturing. I showed this the other day. I said there was a 96 high, but then it pulled back, and then it ran up to 100.51. And then it starts having around numbers just recently. And yet it is trading down 2.8 and 92.22. Peak F in the daily, only a peak C in the weekly chart, holding really well. Leg E in the monthly. And I'm trying to, as I put the package together, as I'm looking at it, I'm saying, in each sector, are there enough strong stocks? What's telling me that this is not a major sell-off, but it is certainly a pretty serious shorter-term correction, is that when you've got an area like this, design, manufacture, hardware platform, supply chain, electronics manufacturers, and then I had, what was the other stock I was looking at before when I was doing Tommy's show? Oh, I can't remember right now. That was in the fab part of semiconductors. All of this is saying there's demand out there. There really is demand. So I'm going one step at a time. So that's CLS. RKLB, RK as a Rocket Labs. You think it would be kind of independent of the market? To a certain extent it is. It's down $1.97 today, 7%. At 25.25, made a little double top from 28.10 with a 24 round number low on the 3rd of December. That was its high, pulls back, and then it pops up to 20.80, and it's a peak D in the weekly. So you can see there's room for these things to have some kind of a digestive frame. Palantir, we don't have a lot of people. Have a lot of people in the den have owned it or might still own it. Goes to 84.80. Just a straight up move. Look at this weekly chart. Peak G. This week there's no new high. Leg E. It did the 83.64 was my one-to-one measured move to the upside. It went to 84.80, just above that. And now it's pulling back a little bit, but it's still looking pretty darn good. That's why I'm saying we're either looking at time. That means all of these major participants in this major bull market hold very well, or we're looking at time and price, because if Palantir starts to trade in any time in the first 2 weeks of January below 68, is trading at 77, so about 9 points lower, that's going to say, yep, that's going to be more of a price and time move. So far, it's just time. So that's DOX. I mentioned this the other day. It's holding very well. I used it not as a benchmark, but just as to say, can it do well? There's a Doximity digital marketing platform for pharma and health systems, medical professionals, and it's sort of stalled in the weekly chart, in the monthly chart. Weekly chart's gone to a genes in a rectangle formation, pulling back today, and you can see there's a little double top. So all of them, if they have the classic pattern of a double top or the round numbers or a peak D or E or F, and they start to pull back, I have to respect that. But how they pull back is important. So this could be early in the format. If you look at the PPH, I don't have it done. What's it? EWH. No, why am I doing this? XLH. IYH. There we go. IYH. And that is the, don't tell me I haven't got this notated. I don't know how I lost those notations. Peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. This is the healthcare iShares. Goes all the way to the mid-60s. Now it's at 57, a big digestive phase. So each sector, as I look at it, has its own vulnerabilities and its own probabilities. If you're looking at AXON, that's the one I started off with just a moment ago. No, I didn't. AXON is Axon Enterprises, leg E. These are all investors' business data, the top stocks in the 50 stocks. Axon Enterprises, leg E in the monthly chart, peak E in the daily, hit 700. What was the exact price? I think it just missed a round number high. It did 698.67 on the 6th of December, all-time high. Day before was 695. I was looking for round numbers and I didn't see them. No, I didn't see them. I did see it at the high of the 16th at 654.00, and here we are at 594. So the technical part of it is saying that some of these are pulling back. Daily charts, most of them are not looking very good, and yet the weekly charts, because they've been so strong, are still looking good. That's why I'm saying I have to consider it could be time and price. So far, it's more time. So the question once again, so Tesla, I had mentioned, and Tommy showed that I had it on my TSLA, for my subscribers to my opening call. I had it as a short today. It would be a one-to-one short because it had the dreaded H pattern. I think Tesla, right at this particular moment, is vulnerable to selling for just political, social, and technical, plus EV reasons. But then I said to myself, I don't think I want to waste my time. Take the very best and short that. We should be looking at the very worst, like an IWM, which is failing right now, taking out the left side low. We're still long from the 203s. Look at this, 218. It hit 244.9. You've taken little bits off. But yeah, this is the weakest. Russell iShares are the weakest. So I wanted to go through that. Look, here's ARIS. I always have the water stocks. Just looking at them for decades, I always look at them because they are the quiet area. Look at this all-time high. Aris Water Solutions makes an all-time high 4 weeks ago at 27.94, and now it's at 23.62 peak G in the daily chart. But look at that move. It's even just you take the last few months from the 13s. It doubled. So there are areas that I'm looking at that are very important. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Dow's down 654.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master.
Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi folks, we're back and we're looking at MSTR, MicroStrategy Inc. A-shares. Made an all-time high. I mean, I can't make this up. It made an all-time high of 543.00, a round number all-time high on the 23rd of November. It's trading right now at 310. So think of it 54 to 31, right? I'd say that's a bit of a pullback with 1 or 2 round numbers on the way as well. And I've been saying for ages, this is a company that has a lot of Bitcoin. They've been buying Bitcoin as if it was going out of fashion. Bitcoin has made a lower low with the dreaded H pattern. I would be very, very careful if I own MicroStrategy. I think this is going to go quite a bit lower. And the 543 round number high could take a little while to be revisited. I think it will be revisited, but it could take a little while. Be careful. Okay, with that said, questions came in about, I spoken about the other day. So this is now, we've passed the 1020 marker. So this is now a new bunch of players in the market. We'll see if there's even a decent rally that takes the Dow from minus 700 down to maybe minus 520. And one of the reasons I say that is, if you look at the volatility index, it did hit 19.22. It actually should have been up in the 2130 area. So there's a kind of a dismissal here in terms of overall. Maybe it's just there are not that many participants. Maybe a lot of people are away. I don't know. I'm not sure about the volume right at this moment. I'm just saying that the VIX index has had a move from about 14 to a 19.22. That is, I mean, a 5-point move. I put it in the big category, 30-something%. But no, it's starting to pull back a little bit. And you can see from the futures, the E-mini, you've gone to a peak, seen the 1-minute chart, maybe a leg D coming up. 5953 will be the most important number that I'm looking at very short term, because if it's able to hit that, it's right now at 10:44 a.m. If it's able to hit that by, so Steve's show comes up at 11:20ish, so in about another 30 to 40 minutes, if it's able to hit that, there's a chance. There's just a chance. I don't know about the next level because that would be in the 5-minute chart. That's way up at 59.96. I can't go there. I can just say 59.53 to the 59.58, 59.61 area. That really is going to be key. And at this point, this is a very nice rally, taking off because all the others have failed with lower lows. So I'm just treating it on a very short-term time frame. So, and the trend, let me just check the trend. I don't think I have that kind of reading in the trend. My trend reading didn't even get to the twos. It said 1.22. No, I haven't got that. So that's just business as usual for my trend gauge. I like what I see at this particular move. What would I love to see? I would love to see this particular pattern here for the Dow have a rally that takes it to a lowercase h that goes to a lowercase m. In other words, another arch formation. And that what we've used is time more than price. Certainly in the Dow, you've kind of used price because of the high that was made earlier on, up in the 45,000s. But this is most important, that if it takes out 42,146, closes below 42,000, that's going to say, you're wrong. This is going to use time and price, and I have to be ready for that. That's one of the reasons why we've raised so much cash. We just had to do it. Now, a couple of things that I've been talking about is in the cyclicality of the market. I want you to see whether or not, and it didn't work. Let me just click on this there. I wanted to see Alcoa just as a hint to start to find some kind of support, and it didn't. So we got in at 39.02 a few days ago. We took a 1.42 loss, about a 3.5% loss, but it was an experiment that I wanted to work, because if it managed just to break into the 39s, it would say, hey, while everything else is starting to pull back, maybe aluminum and even the steels could start to move higher. But wow, those steels look horrible. And that just says to me, if you're looking at the market in terms of the usual cycle work, in other words, the cyclicality of the big caps, really the big ones like the steels, like aluminum, like Caterpillar, you want to see, you don't want to see them breaking down here. You want to see them in Caterpillar weekly chart is just about to go to a sell signal. And you want to see some rotation that says that's the group that's starting to come on. They're not. So now when you've got your very best of the best starting to maneuver their way down, I have to treat this with respect, which is the reason why we did get a much larger cash position than usual. Here's the other thing. Home Depot question. Can Home Depot find its way back? Whoops. Well, I think back to the 410s. Yeah, can it go back to the 400 level? Well, this is telling us that there is a rotation going on that is a lot more serious than in other pullbacks, because Home Depot would benefit from the housing market. Well, the housing market's been kind of stalling lately. Home Depot would benefit from a sneeze. No, excuse me. It would benefit from probably working at home, just doing your stuff, your own stuff. And it's not. It's really pulling back as if to say that's an area that's starting to weaken. It hasn't weakened as much in the monthly chart, but you can see in the weekly chart, it's very close to turning negative in the 914. So I've got to monitor this very closely. And that's going to be very, very essential, because as each sector, I was talking about this XLC. The XLC is the communication service. And now it's making this dreaded action, pulling back from 102.67 earlier in December to where it is at 96. So 6 points is not a big deal, but it is starting to pull back, and it's one of the sectors that was going to all-time highs. Now you've got a rotation that says each sector you've been looking at is starting to stall, and that to me is the issue right now. So with that, I'm just going to do one other thing that I needed to do is Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, the question was on Friday, I wasn't here, but I had a question. Can Goldman Sachs lead the way up again? Well, at this point, it's stalling. It's gone to a peak B. Here's your peak A. It had a 612.73 all-time high on the 27th of November. You remember I've been talking about the Goldman Sachs as being kind of a key since the 1929 when it went public. It's almost always been there in major highs. It's been at the high with it itself at a high, and it made a high on the 27th of November, and now it's pulled back from 612, went to the 540s, and now it's trading at 567. I'm watching this one closely because that goes together with the IAI, which is the broker-dealer ETF. I'll be back to wrap it up in a moment, PGEN. Let's see. I'll be back in a moment.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and to reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. As we wrap up, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Should be a great show. In the meantime, back at the ranch, we're looking at the IYT, which is the iShares Transportation Average ETF. I mentioned this quite a few weeks ago. I said, I got a simultaneous Dow Transportation and Dow Industrials high in the same period. Got to be careful. And lo and behold, 75.59, 25th of November, we're down at 67.17 at this particular point. The other thing that we're looking at is the JETS, which is the U.S. Global JETS ETF, coming off its high, but still holding pretty darn well at 26.10 to 26.12 double top earlier in December, holding at 25.17, not bad at all. And that puts me into this category that says, just you've got to be careful. If you're raising cash, you'll be able to put that to work sometime in early 2025. But in the meantime, What we are looking at is the bonds did have a little bit of a bounce. Crude oil is having a little bit of a bounce. Natural gas is having more. Now crude oil is up 72 cents. Natural gas has had more than a bounce. It is trading right now up 66 cents at 4.04. So that's what I meant when I said there could be some rotational action, and that's what we're going to monitor very closely over the next day or two. So as we're about to wrap it up, CTAS, yes, I'll do that tomorrow. CTAS, I want to show the syntax. I've been talking about that. Had a big pullback. That's uniforms rentals. That was a warning that we were getting some kind of maybe a macro pullback, but in the meantime, we've got to monitor that. So that was and URI, which is the United Rentals Inc., also had a big pullback from the all-time high at 896.98 with an 885 round number. Same date made its high on the 11th of November. I think we're ready for a little bit of a bounce here, and we'll see what happens. Handing you over to Steve Rhodes, and thank you for being here. Check out my Open Your Call, my daily newsletter. I will see you tomorrow.